All right, here with me, Coach Jessica. She's a nutrition coach at CrossFit Garage too. She's going to join with me for a little bit. We're going to talk about meal prep basics and 3 steps to success, to become successful with meal prepping. So let's go right next into our other slide. Okay. So before we jump into the steps, I want you to do a quick self-assessment regarding meal prepping. Ask those questions to you. What does success look like to you? Is it making time to shop and cook? Is it being more consistent with it? Or is it dialing in your meal prepping? And then what worked well for you in the past? Is that going into the grocery shopping and cooking immediately, or just buying pre-cooked food and put them in the refrigerator and then pull them out as you need it? So you need to kind of dig into what worked well for you in the past, okay? What do you struggle with the most when it comes to meal prepping? Do you have time? Is it the issue is the time? Is it the issue is the budget? So you need to kind of find out what are your struggles with the most when you're meal prepping. What has inhibited you from being successful with meal prepping in the past? So if you meal prep in the past, find out, dig deep a little bit more longer and find out what worked best for you. These questions are important, but they will provide insight to your individual needs and determine what you need to focus first. We achieve our goals. I got one more person just admitting. Hey, Michael. We achieve our goals by turning them into the habits, which are the results of consistently completing and actionable steps. So the habits turn into success. And the more success we have, that's the energy we feed from. So we need to focus on the habits first. Remember to only focus on one area at a time and only advance to the next focus once you have consistently been successful with the first. So don't put more in your shoulders, right? Just focus on one thing, whatever that is, that one important thing. Going into the grocery, that's the first step. Focus on that one. So get the groceries done and bring it home. So focus on one thing at a time and then add layers on it, okay? It is also important to understand the why behind your goals. Your goal may be to fit back into your favorite pair of jeans, but why is that important to you? So dig deep in your whys. When setting goals, you want to ensure that they are SMART. I'm pretty sure you guys all heard about it, the SMART goals. If you haven't, it's okay too. SMART is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time sensitive, okay? Also, let's review healthy habits. We talked about only focusing one thing at a time. Nail that one thing, then add something else onto the plate. Layer your new habit onto something that you already do. Instead of taking away things, try adding something first, like adding in veggies to the lunch and dinner that we have been practicing this whole past week. And a lot of you guys have done great job. Thank you so much for checking those habits boxes during that 4-week Get Your Health Back Nutrition group. There were a lot of engagements and I really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. All right, let's move on to our second slide. All right, step 1, we gotta have a plan. The first step is creating a plan. That starts with setting realistic goals. We talked about SMART goals. We need to set realistic goals, right? And to achieve these goals, we will break them down into the habit foundation, which will be achieved by completing action steps. So we create a plan and then we have action steps through our plan. Write your goal down and keep it in view, and keep yourself accountable to those goals. Tell your friend. We have one more person. Let me see who that is and say hi. Hi there. We just started.
Huh?
I
For
will.
what?
The class. There we go. So we just started. We were talking about the step one, creating a plan. I'll recap it. We need to create a plan first, and then start action plans, action steps from those plans. Okay. Write your goals down and keep it in view where you can see them. We look at our phone a lot every day. I have my my notes as my screenshot. So my goals are there every day. When I click my phone, I can see my goals, you know, so it's always visible to me. Tell a friend, family member, or coworker, then keep yourself accountable to that goal, okay? Another plan can be designated shopping and meal prep day. Block off your calendar. So most people are more comfortable on Sundays, but it depends on your work schedule too. It can be Thursday or Sunday. Just block out a couple of hours of your week to set yourself for success, right? Habit stack meal prepping onto something that you already consistently do. So you're already going to the grocery shopping. Might as well cook few meals with it, right? Instead of just, hey, I've done the grocery shopping, let me just put them in the refrigerator and then we forget about it, right? So follow with a couple of recipes with it. And then choose recipes to try. You know, go out of the box a little bit maybe. And we have a lot of recipe library from the Healthy Steps Nutrition, and they're really good recipes. I've tried most of them. Just try new recipes to make it a little bit less boring, right? I like this next slide. So planning your meals, right? It doesn't have to be very complicated. And you don't have to exactly follow this to the Z, but you pretty much, you pick your protein, you pick your starch, you pick your vegetable, and you pick your fat. That's it. So example, we're gonna do a salmon, okay? Baked fish, baked salmon, boiled sweet potato or oven baked sweet potato, green beans next to it. You can cook the sweet potatoes and green beans at the same time. And for your fat, avocado. So don't make it complicated. It's just, you know, protein, starch, vegetable, fat, just like the plate method that we've been following. Okay. I mean, this is a good tool to help you prepare you for your meal prepping. You can get the family involved. Maybe the kids can put their favorite protein or favorite vegetable. You know how kids are. Sometimes they don't want to eat vegetables, so maybe you can have them fill the box of the vegetable box that they can put whatever that they like in there. So, and then you can take this list and take it to the grocery, and it just makes it easier. Okay. Let's move on to the next slide. It's again, we're talking about the pro tips about meal prepping. Doesn't have to be complicated. Pick 2-3 protein staples for the week. Stock up on freezer staples. You know, it doesn't have to be fresh. It can be frozen, it can be canned, it can be fresh. I'd rather have frozen vegetables because sometimes you don't go through too much and I end up trashing it. I don't want to do that. So go with the frozen or canned. Plan out your balanced snacks. Balanced snacks mean you still want to have protein, carb, and fat when you're eating a snack, like hard-boiled egg with apple, or hummus with carrots and celery, or an avocado. Like, you want to still balance out your snacks as well. Load up on veggies, multiple colors. purple cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, carrots. So choose colors. Yellow peppers. Frozen fresh canned is an option, like I said. Create a list and organize by department. The dinner planner that we talked about the previous slide is a great planner. Make sure it's organized, like putting your meats together, dairy together, canned items together, so you're not going aisle to aisle and wasting your time. So you can pick your meats, pick your vegetables, pick your canned items, pick your frozen, so you can save time, okay? And check out the healthystepsnutrition.com for the healthy recipes, okay? So these all are pro tips. It's going to help you save time. Let's move on to our next slide. Step 2, the step 1, create a plan. We have the tips, we have the meal planner. Step 2, we got to execute the plan, okay? To execute the plan, it's now time to put the planning into the action, okay? Gather your groceries, prep your food, defrost, wash, cut, and prepare your food for cooking, whatever that you need to do. Utilize different cooking appliances to save time, which I'm going to go through the next slide. Batch cook large portions of staples like protein. Maybe buy a bigger chicken breast and grill them all or bake them all, or put them in a crock pot so you can create more recipes out of that chicken breast, okay? Prep and portion your meals if you have time. I'm not saying you have to use those meal prep containers, you know, but if you have time, you can do it. If not, you can just do it on the go, right? You have the food in the refrigerator, and when you're leaving, you can just put it in the containers and then just take it with you. When I have time, I use 3 compartment meal prep containers, which has a bigger portion for vegetables and then the 2 squares for complex carbs and then the protein, okay? But you don't have to do that. that requires more time. But if you have time, just go ahead and do it. I'll move my screen over here, okay? So these all are some of my favorite meal prep tools. I use Crock-Pot a lot. It is super easy. You just put it in there and you forget it for hours. I work in the morning. I put the chicken in there, put maybe a salsa if I'm making something like a little bit more Latin taste. Put chicken breast, put the salsa, put herbs and whatnot, and just put it in a crock pot. You don't need to worry about it. Muffin tin, it is really good with the meatloaf muffins and egg muffins. I do it all the time. I have a lot of recipes, and Healthy Steps Nutrition has great recipes, especially the egg muffins. It's a good breakfast. Air fryer, I have not used air fryer, but I think Jessica and Laura, they love it. I bake it, but I think I'm going to try air fryer too. Baking sheets to roast your vegetables. You know, you can have a baking sheet, put an aluminum foil or like a liner, the white liner, spray oil. You can cook your broccoli, carrot, and your peppers at the same time in the one baking sheet in the oven. Just put it in an oven for 350, cook it for 15-20 minutes. Roasting pan and 3 compartment container. That's the one in the below that I was talking about, like they have a larger portion for the, thank you, Jessica. Yes, that's a good one. Larger portion for the veggies, and then the quarter one is for protein, and then the other quarter is for your complex carbs. This slide makes me hungry. It's not helping for this pregnant woman. So this slide is actually talking about, you can buy a whole chicken. You can cook it in a crock pot, oven, whatever you want to. It will give you a bunch of chicken, and then you can create literally chicken soup out of that chicken, chicken salad, chicken tacos, chicken stuffed potatoes, sweet potatoes, avocado chicken salad. Like, you can create so much recipe out of one whole chicken. It will save you money and time, and you don't need to worry about it. Okay, I will also link a couple of, I have one more person joining. Hey there. I will also add a link for some of these good recipes that you can use. Okay, so it's easy. One chicken, one pot, 5 meals. Okay. All right. Step 3. So the step 1, create a plan. Step 2, action steps, how you can be successful cooking your food. Step 3, track your progress. It's very important. If you don't track, you cannot measure your success. Just like CrossFit, we track our progress, right? We PR, we run faster, we lift heavier. You know, we always have something to track our progress, how we're doing, if we're progressing. The same with the nutrition too. We got to track our success. You know, how are we doing? Tracking and seeing the results also leads motivation. For example, you can track your meal prep consistency with budget and money, because when you really meal prep at home, you're going to save money because you don't need to go eat out. You know, you will see the budget is changing. Or purchasing pre-made foods. You can track your food intake by writing it down or using an app. I'm going to talk about the apps too. So track your progress. Some of the apps that I am using, I recommend you guys using, is MyFitnessPal. If you don't know how to use MyFitnessPal, get with one of our coaches, Jessica, me, Laura. We're all experts of it. We've been using it. We can help you with that. Okay, track your food, log your food as much as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect, just to see where you're at. HSN app, most of our members, especially with this 4-week nutrition group, we're using HSN app. We're so engaged with each other. I really appreciate all these pictures that you guys are putting. It gives me ideas too. I'm sure Jessica and Laura feels the same way. You can track your progress writing on your calendar. You know, you can just say, I weighed 130 whatever, or 200 pounds last week, and this week I was 199. So you got to track it so you can keep yourself motivated. You can take notes on your phones, and also you can track your biometrics at the gym. We take your body fat, we measure you, we take your weight, or how the clothes are fitting, or how you feel at the gym. So make sure you track your progress too. And I think this was at the end of it. I want to thank you for joining. Remember, you do a self-assessment first. Ask the questions. Why are you doing this? Why is so important for you to get your nutrition back and your health? After doing a self-assessment, you need to create a plan, execute the plan, and track your progress. Okay, Jessica, is there anything that you want to add on before I draw out the names?
No, I mean, that covered a lot.
Covered a lot.
It's very easy for them to understand, I think. Like,
it is really easy. We make it complicated, and yeah. So
no, I think it was great.
Do you guys have any questions? No? You can unmute yourself if you have any questions. Okay. Well, these cups, I have everyone that has participated in the group posting pictures, commenting, checking their habits. I want to thank you again. keep doing those. It's going to add up. It's like your retirement investment. Once you start checking in and once you start depositing these, it's going to grow. You're depositing healthy habits. You're going to see the reward of it in the long run, you know. So I mean, we're only getting older. We got to change our habits. So keep investing. Your health is the #1 investment that you can do for yourself. If you're not healthy, you won't be able to work. You won't be able to go to gym. Like, keep your health your #1 priority. Okay, so I'm gonna draw out names. This is for the $25 copper coin. All right, let's see. Sean, he got $25 copper coin. Sean. Oh, there we go. All right, but you know, keep going. We have two $25 All About Health coming next 2 weeks. Okay. You guys have any questions? If not, I'm going to say bye, and I will share this record with all of you too. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Have a good weekend, guys.
You too. Bye.